Hi there, crypto peeps. It's 27th of July 2022, and we're going to look at the crypto news bites today. As I'm looking here, Bitcoin is looking at it's around about $21,000 and change, 21,300 to be exact. So not too bad, going a bit sideways this week. So let's get straight to the news, shall we? Okay, the first one I found here, and this one's a little bit of a fun article, really. You can now earn Bitcoin by playing Solitaire and Sudoku. Goes on to say here, fans of all-time classic games such as Solitaire and Sudoku can now enjoy the already familiar gameplay with the added benefit of getting rewards in Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency. This became possible thanks to the extended partnership between Bitcoin-centric gaming startup Zebedee and London-based mobile game studio Viker, who joined forces to bring crypto rewards to free popular games. Aside from the classic card games Solitaire and the logic puzzle game Sudoku, the list also includes Missing Letters, which is a Wordle-like game. Very interesting news there. They go on to say, according to Beasley, Viker has the largest play and earn portfolio of casual games, with as many as 500,000 players earning Bitcoin every month. All that is required from players is to write their Zebedee gamertag, a profile and username within the Zebedee ecosystem, into Viker's apps, where the gameplay is happening, and press withdrawal to see the earned coins appear in the Zebedee app. Zebedee's gaming wallet, which is available via mobile apps and desktop browser extensions, is based on Bitcoin's Lightning Network, a two-layer scaling solution that aims to make Bitcoin transactions nearly instant and cheap. There is no better way to introduce next-generation play and earn mechanics to a broad gaming audience than to take the games to the people already know and love and refresh them with Bitcoin. And that was from Zebedee CEO Simon Cowell. Very interesting news there. So if that interests you, have a look at the links below and you can read that in full. With all these news bits, all I'm going to do is be reading very small news bites for you today. The next one was on Engadget, and this was a couple of days ago. The US Treasury is investigating Kraken for enabling crypto trading in sanctioned countries. So this is probably something to look out for. It's rough seas for cryptocurrency exchanges these days, and the latest to be buffeted is one of the world's largest, Kraken. It's reportedly under investigation by the US Treasury Department over possible sanctioned violations for letting users in Iran and elsewhere trade digital tokens, and this is according to the New York Times. Sanctions issues at Kraken first came up in November 2019 when an employee sued the company for doing business with prohibited countries. That suit was settled, but the OFAC began investigating the company the same year over accounts in Iran, along with other sanctioned countries including Syria and Cuba. Powell allegedly posted a spreadsheet to a company Slack channel showing that Kraken had 1,522 accounts in Iran, 149 in Syria, and 83 in Cuba as of last month, according to the New York Times. Kraken declined to comment to the New York Times, but said that it closely monitors compliance with sanctions laws, and as a general matter reports to regulators even potential issues. A Treasury spokesperson said the agency was committed to enforcing sanctions and to protect US national security, but also gave no further details. Again, there's a few more details down below if that one interests you. On Seeking Alpha here, US senators introduce a bill that would end taxes on small crypto transactions. US senators Patrick Toomey and Kristen Sinema have introduced a bill that would exempt Americans from reporting cryptocurrency transactions of less than $50 or trades in which they earn under $50, according to a release dated Tuesday. The bipartisan Virtual Currency Tax Fairness Act comes on the heels of similar legislation introduced early in 2022 by Senators Cynthia Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand. While digital currencies have the potential to become an ordinary part of Americans' everyday lives, our current tax code stands in the way, said Toomey. The new bill, which complements the Virtual Currency Tax Fairness Act introduced earlier this year in the House of Representatives, aims to allow Americans to use cryptocurrencies more easily as an everyday method of payment, by exempting from taxes small personal transactions like buying a cup of coffee. Nevertheless, the Internal Revenue Service, or the IRS, continues to stand by its policy that any crypto transactions can be subject to capital gains tax. There's more details there as well. Keep an eye on that one to see how that one develops. It looks like we may be seeing some slight law changes in the near future. This is a bit of a fun article here, so bear with me on this one. This is in the Sun in the UK. It's a bit of a rag, but it's a bit of a fun article. I swapped my £7,000 pound Rolex watch for Bitcoin to pay off debts, and now I'm worth more than £1 million. A man who swapped his prized £7,000 Rolex for Bitcoin is now worth £1.1 million. Kane from Enfield in London fell on hard times in 2018 and in desperate need of cash decided to give up one of his most valuable possessions. Despite little savings to fall back on, luckily his first investment scored him £100,000. He moved half the takings into an initial coin offering and reinvested his profits into Ziquilla, another crypto coin, which allowed him to make his first £1 million. Kane says he was saved by crypto as he navigated the difficult time in his life. And he told My London, the newspaper, "I just took a leap of faith, followed my intuition, listened to my inner voice, and now it's paid off." And as you guys know, with crypto viewing, what we do with remote viewing and our intuition, we also use that to look at the crypto markets as well. So that's just a fun one there, and you should also trust your gut feeling and use your intuition. On Finbo next, UK banking giant Barclays invest in a $2 billion crypto firm, Copper. As a wave of bankruptcies is still shaking the cryptocurrency market, UK banking giant Barclays has decided to purchase a stake in Copper, one of the most recognisable companies in the rapidly developing sector. As per sources in the City of London, it is anticipated that Barclays will invest a moderately sized amount in the millions of dollars as part of the round. The conclusion of the fundraising is expected to take place within the next several days. Copper offers institutional investors investing money in cryptocurrency assets a range of services, including custody, prime broking, and settlement. Dmitry Tokarev established the firm in 2018, and it has already attracted investment from several major players in the VC industry all around the world, such as MMC Ventures, Local Globe, and Dawn Capital. It was reported earlier this year that Copper was eyeing a value at least $3 billion in its most recent capital round. Since then, it has scaled back, mirroring the mounting crisis of the larger crypto assets market. Again, more details on that in the whole article there. But, that's a big move, and it just goes to show that big institutions and banks in the UK are seriously looking at cryptos. On Market Watch next, institutions sold $5 billion worth of Bitcoin for the past 2 months. And where will the crypto head next? There's not much in this article really, it's more of a headline really. But it goes on to say large institutions have sold more than 236,000 Bitcoin over the past 2 months. And that's a value of almost $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And that's as it trades at 70% lower than its peak in November. There's a good graph there showing you all the details of it and what's been sold and everything. There's a few more details to hear below, but there's not really much to this article. But, the headline itself is quite interesting to see the big sell-off that's happened in the industry. So moving on here to the Bitcoiners. They say Bitcoin back with a vengeance. Crypto liquidity crisis is over, a Citi report suggests. Bitcoin could be getting the kick out of the sea of green flashing on most crypto exchanges. The proverbial massive ice in the crypto winter may now be falling, and soon everything will be okay. Or at least that's what a major American multinational investment bank is saying in its latest findings. Multiple indicators show that the liquidity crisis in the broader cryptocurrency market may have seen the worst, and this is the conclusion by Citibank in its latest study. It goes on to say investors withdrew their funds from the crypto market as a result of the recent activity, causing Tether to lose its peg to the dollar and forcing some of the largest crypto Bitcoin companies to lay off a significant number of employees. The worldwide economic consequences exacerbated the problem, resulting in a decline in token prices and a liquidity crunch. Nevertheless, there are now numerous indications that the worst part has ended. Citi believes crypto markets are too small and relatively isolated to create a ripple effect on the financial sector or the economy as a whole, but they can nevertheless influence investor mood. The bank's assessment indicates that fears of contagion have likely reached its pinnacle, or at least temporarily. There's more details here if that one interests you. It goes on to say here, Bitcoin can still hit $100,000. For those who believe Bitcoin will crash to $10,000 this year, are on the extreme end of the crypto skeptic spectrum. Nevertheless, many other market observers have forecast that the world's largest, most sought after crypto can still reach the vaulted $100,000 mark in the coming years, albeit at a slower rate. Interesting one there. And this is another one on Bitcoin is here. Crypto gets a seal of approval from US politicians and British Monetary Association. Recent research indicates that the cryptocurrencies can enhance the traditional banking system. This is because people can swap the current settlement infrastructure with digital currency. According to a study by the International Association of Money Transfer Networks, the blockchain technology that drives digital currencies enables rapid remittances by removing the middleman, such as banks, also reducing expenses. They went on to say the use of cryptocurrency for payment purposes is a viable alternative to traditional settlement procedures. So bear in mind who these people are. The International Association for Money Transfer Networks are saying the use of cryptocurrency for payment purposes is a viable alternative to traditional settlement procedures. Take that in for a second. Yeah, that's quite important. The study further stated that the use of blockchain technology, crypto transactions become fast and seamless. In addition, third parties and the banking system become unnecessary. Now again, take that one in as well. It also concludes that third parties and the banking system become unnecessary. The IAMTN noted that the necessity to investigate blockchain technology is prompted by the decline in existing financial connections and the increase in the volume of cross-border payments. Despite the purported benefits of blockchain in payments, the ideal use case of the technology in remittance is still unclear based on the findings. Now, it's a big article. It's got lots more details in there. I recommend you read this. It's got some good stuff. Goes on to say here, for example, Bitcoin's at the forefront of decentralized currency revolution that may overturn the Federal Reserve and the fiat system in general. So, great article there with lots of detail. Have a look at that one if that one interests you. Okay, so to end this, I'm going to end this with some new video news like I usually do. And the first one here is from CNBC, and it's Jim Cramer explains why crypto is a disease that hit Snap and Robinhood. So have a look at that one. It's a bit of a FUD one, but have a look at it anyway, because I like to cover both sides of the coin on this, let you see both different opposing viewpoints. We should all read the FUD and read the real news, to make our own informed decisions. The next news article here, which is pretty good, again, it's on CNBC, and it's got multiple things in this. I think it's like a 9-minute long segment. 9 minutes. Bitcoin sinks. FTX's offer for Voyager, Coinbase's insider trading problems. So have a look at that one as well. That's a bit of an overview. The next one here is on the Bloomberg channel. The Ethereum merge is coming and what that's about and who's excited about that. So if you own any Ethereum or if you're interested at all, that's a really interesting one to watch as well to see what's coming up. And the final video I got here on the great channel that I subscribe to, Coin Bureau. They put out some amazing content every single week. And this is just a general roundup of crypto news. So Ethereum, XRP, the SEC, Celsius, Tesla's Bitcoin, and lots more on that one. So I recommend you watch that one as well. So that's it for the weekly news this week. There's loads out there happening. Also, if you check the link down below as well, you can look at my crypto news bites that I collect. I collect that on a daily basis. There's approaching something like 5,000 articles in there, and it grows every single day. So have a look at that as well, and subscribe to that, and have a look at the news every day and follow along with me. Any comments, put them in the description below, and I'll see you next week. Have a good week. Be safe out there. Namaste.